I was really curious to see what brands that they would start off the year collaborating with, and I feel like Neighborhood was a safe bet. What's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the upcoming collaboration between Bape and Neighborhood, which is set to drop this Saturday, January 14th. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Neighborhood, they're a Japanese streetwear brand, so I don't think this collaboration caught anyone by surprise, and they have done stuff with Bape in the past, so like I said, very unsurprising collaboration here, but I think some of the pieces are pretty cool. And with that being said, if you guys are new to the channel, if you could hit that like and subscribe for me, it would help me out a lot. I cover streetwear videos 2 to 3 times a week, doing stuff like Supreme, Bape, Kith drops, all that. So if that interests you, hit that like and subscribe. And if we do hit 1,000 subscribers before March 26th, I will be doing a giveaway for a Supreme or a Palace item. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, getting into these pieces here, starting off with a banger. I really like this varsity jacket that we have here, and typically I feel pretty strongly about varsity jackets. I either really like them or I really don't, and I feel like this one was executed very well. So we've got the big logo here on the back, which it's kind of hard to tell what's going on just from this image, but I do think we'll have a better image of this artwork here. But regardless, on the sleeve we have the Chanel branding, so we've got some Neighborhood branding, and then we also have some Bape branding there, so I think that looks really cool. A lot of times I don't love a lot of patches on jackets, but I feel like these ones are placed really well, and those Chanel patches look very nice, and I think the navy and white works really well here, and also just the leather sleeve looks really nice here. So quality on these pieces looks really fire, and I don't know, something about this jacket really does it for me, and that's coming from someone who doesn't really like varsity jackets. And then down below we have some cargo pants, which I believe are a nylon material, but regardless, I think these are pretty sick too. Just the camo going on and the working in of both of their logos I think works really nice here. It was interesting to see them use the Bathing Ape Busyworks logo, the circle logo, rather than to just have the ape heads worked in there. And it does look like there is some skull and crossbones stuff, and it looks like there's multiple versions of the Neighborhood logo, so they might have some regular Bape heads in there somewhere. But regardless, I think these are a pretty cool piece, and I really like the blue colors in all of these pieces. And then up top we have what looks to be that same camo from the pants, just on a cap, which has an adjustable strap, looks sort of like a camp cap, but can't make too much from this video or from this image. So next we have a hoodie. It's just a heather gray hoodie with some logos on the back. I think this is an interesting look. This is something I feel like would be like on a Thrasher hoodie, or like, this reminds me of like a skater magazine. I feel like this is very skater-esque, but I like all the logos on here. I feel like it's pretty cool. I'm not sure what is going to be on the front of this, so I'm curious to see that. And then on the hood we have some embroidery, so I'm not sure what it says. Really the only word we can make out here is technical, so I'm curious to see what it says up there, but I think this could end up being a pretty solid piece. And then it does look like we have the Neighborhood patch there on the left cuff. So the staple for this piece is this sweater, which is similar to the camo on the cargos from the first pair of pants. It's just not as blue. They've worked some other colors in here, and it's kind of blown up so the images are larger, and just the whole pattern is kind of more spread out and in your face, which I think works pretty well for this sweater. I think this is a pretty nice piece. I don't know if there will be more colorways, but I feel like other colorways could be a little bit more fire than this one, but I think this is still a pretty solid design. And then again we have a camo style hat. This one seems to be more of a purple color, and then we've got the Bathing Ape logo there, and then the Neighborhood logo there with the skull on the right side, but it's kind of hard to tell what all is going on here. Again, we have an adjustable strap. And then down here we've got some very loose fitting pants, which I really like the fit of those pants, and it does look like they're a navy blue color. It's hard to make out what material that is. It looks like some sort of twill or chino material. Here we've got what I think is just a long sleeve, and similar to those heather gray hoodies, it just has the logos going down the sleeves, but obviously we can't tell what else is going on from this photo. And then on top of that he has an apron on, and so this logo here is what is on the back of the varsity jackets, and there is another colorway of the varsity jacket later on, so we'll get into that. But I think this logo is pretty cool. I do think it looks a lot cooler in that Chanel patch though, so I don't know if too many people are going to be getting aprons from this collaboration, but I thought it was an interesting piece. So here we have that varsity jacket in a different color. This is just the blacked out version, so I like both colorways. I do think the navy and the white one is a little bit cleaner, but you can never go wrong with full black pieces. I love all black stuff, so I still like this piece for sure. Then we have what is like a piece that everyone would expect from this collaboration. You got the typical Bape hood. It just says or Bape head. I said Bape hood. And then it says neighbor up top. You have the ape head, and then it says hood below in like a salmon pink color. Then we have a t-shirt below that. Don't really know what's going on there. And then we have some really interesting cargo type of pants. So it almost looks like they have like a double knee here, but the double knee is a pocket. So this is an interesting take on a trend that's been pretty popular, I would say, lately, is that double knee trend. So I think these are pretty cool. I think the color's cool. So yeah, I don't know, I'm a pretty big fan of these. Here we have that same camo. Again, it's been made a little bit smaller than it was on like the sweater. It's been shrunken down. As you guys can see, the logos are a little bit smaller. The pattern is a little bit tighter, but the way this jacket fits reminds me of like a starter type of jacket. So yeah, I don't love this piece. I don't know. I feel like the camos just work better on like the sweater and on those pants. For some reason, this jacket is just not my favorite. And then again, we have that neighborhood Bape head tee, which I believe is just in a navy blue color. I think that's the same exact t-shirt as the salmon one. Then we have a belt here, which you can't really see what is going on there. And then again, we have some really wide flowy trousers, which again look to be in some sort of like chino or a twill material. Here we have that logo, and we've got some color worked into it with the Bape head. I think this logo is all right, but like I said, I think it's just way better in that chenille patch. So for that reason, I can't really bring myself to like these pieces nearly as much, just because that Chanel one was so fire. I think it would be cool if they did a hoodie with the Chanel patch on it, like they did the jackets just on a hoodie. I think that would have been really cool, but I still think this logo is pretty cool even in a print. Here we have another version of the varsity jacket. I don't really like this one as much. I feel like the all black one is better, and I feel like I said, the blue and white one is the best. So this one is coming in third. I still think it's all right, but I think this blue color is I don't know, the royal blue is not really doing it for me. I thought the navy was a little bit cleaner. And then for the women here, it looks like we have a cropped like football style jersey, which is interesting. You don't see too much stuff like that, just with a blue standard Bape logo. I think that is going to be pretty cool, especially once we see more images of it and like once it's styled a little bit differently. I don't really like the whole like look of this fit. It doesn't really go together that well in my opinion, and I can't even really tell what she's wearing here for pants, so we're just going to move on. Here we have her wearing that sweater. I think it looks super cool still, and as you guys can see here, that skull logo is just there under the neck. But yeah, I thought how they incorporated all the logos into this was really interesting, and just the pattern itself was pretty cool. And then again, we have the hoodie, so I guess we can read what it says on the hood. I honestly can't read what that first word is. World's technical apparel, maybe Bape. Maybe it does say Bape, I don't know. It definitely starts with the B, but I can't really make that out. And then that is on top of a, I don't know if this is just a t-shirt or if this is like a skirt type of thing. I would imagine it's a t-shirt. It looks a little bit too short to be an actual skirt, but in that blue Bape camo, which is interesting. So we'll have to see more of that, or see if that's actually part of the collaboration, or if that's just a piece that they threw in for the lookbook. But yeah, I don't know. Seems to be pretty odd. I'm not sure what it is. But anyways, moving into the accessories, we've got some pretty cool accessories. The last accessory is my favorite actually, but we'll get into that. So starting off here, we have a coffee mug, which I don't believe comes with the cactus plant. Here's a better look at it. Special issue. So yeah, I don't know. The way the pictures were taken, you can't really read what all this says, but special issue, Bathing Works, Laboratory. I don't know. It's got the neighborhood logo with like this tree thing, and then we've got the big Bape head. I don't drink coffee, but I feel like this is a pretty cool mug. I would like to have any Bape mug. Here we have a better look at the apron. I think this is pretty cool. This is a pretty like solid apron. If I was someone who like cooked a lot, I feel like this would be super fire to have, but I am a menace in the kitchen, so I will not be picking this piece up. Here we have some gloves, and I am confused on what material this is. I'm not really sure. It looks like the cuffs of the gloves are almost like a lurex material, so I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting when they post like what the actual material is, because just going off this image, I have no idea what material it is, and it almost looks like the top parts are coated, so I'm not sure there. But we just have the Bape head logo, and then that A tree logo as well. In here we have a little tray. I think this is made so you can like put your keys and stuff in it. I don't know, pretty cool, but not really something that I would buy. Probably gonna be pretty expensive for what it is, so I don't know. I think it's like a cool looking thing, but I feel like the use for it is not really there for me. Then we have a rug and some pillows. I think the rug is really cool. This is something I could definitely see myself picking up, especially if I could grab it for under retail, which I'm sure will never happen. I feel like these pieces will only go up in value, especially this rug. I feel like Bape rugs always sell pretty well, and they're definitely something that I want to get one of eventually, but just haven't been able to bring myself to do it because they're so expensive. But then we have the pillows, which this is just an image of the next accessory that we're going to look at, which is an incense holder. I think this is really cool. I thought the incense holder was really fire, but I thought it was kind of weird that they put it on a pillow. I didn't really understand that. So looking at the incense holder, this is super sick. So he's just wearing a zip up shark hoodie, and then the smoke comes out of the shark mouth, which is awesome. And then we have branding all over it. So we've got the neighborhood skull, and it's almost like a split hoodie. So half is neighborhood, the other half is Bape, and then on the back we have a bathing neighborhood. So it all kind of comes together. But looking at the rest of these images, I just thought this was a really cool thing that I didn't really expect. There again we have some Bape neighborhood branding with a star in the middle, but regardless if you have like an incense burning in this or not, I think this is just a cool little desk piece and a cool just home decor item. I think Bape does really well on these pieces, so yeah, I really like this one. And then the bottom part is like a tray, so all the ash from the incense can be removed, so it's not just like clogging up. I didn't really think about that, but that would have been super annoying if there's no way to just get the ashes out of this tray or whatever. So nice detail, them thinking ahead. But yeah, I thought that piece was really cool. So overall, I think this collaboration is pretty solid. All the pieces I want are going to be out of my price range, so I will probably not be grabbing anything, but that varsity jacket and then the incense holder are probably my favorite item. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this collaboration down below. I thought it was a good way for Bape to start off 2023. I was really curious to see what brands that they would start off the year collaborating with, and I feel like Neighborhood was a safe bet because people who are fans of Bape probably know about Neighborhood. So yeah, like I said, thought this was a pretty solid collaboration. But anyways, if you guys have made it to this point in this video, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.